Warning: this podcast contains explicit material. If you or a loved one get triggered very easily, then this podcast isn't for you. Listener discretion is advised. Not saying that I don't want to learn how to cook. I do want to learn how to cook.
Next time I come over, I better see like a beef Wellington on the fucking table.
Beef. If
Filet
I can
mignon.
make, dude, if I can make a
Filet
fucking
mignon.
beef, if I can make a beef Wellington, like I should be able to get a girl.
Bitches love food, I swear.
Bitches love beef Wellingtons.
Bitches love a good cook. I ain't gonna lie.
They do.
Okay, but here,
Especially if they can't cook.
let me ask you this thing: would it be stupid of me to try to like the first thing that I want to try making? Would it be stupid of me to say bread?
No. Everyone who's had COVID has done that.
I don't know because like I feel like I've always said that I wanted to learn how to make bread, like just a loaf of bread, because that's like the pinnacle, like everything. And I'm not saying the pinnacle of everything as in everything needs to have bread. I'm just saying it's like it's one of those things where it's like as impressive as tying a bow tie, being able to make bread. You know, Rico?
Yeah, I understand.
And there's like other things that like I want to try making and the thing is like I kind of want to make it like fresh, like do it all the way. Like some good like spaghetti and meatballs, some like good mac and cheese, some like pulled pork, you know?
Pull the pork.
Yeah,
Who's got
pulled
the
pork.
pork?
Who's got the what?
You got the pork.
Who's got the pork?
You got a pig?
I
Shit,
mean, not that fresh.
okay.
Not that fresh.
Like you're gonna skin that shit alive? Like or not alive.
I don't know because like you two have watched Binging with Babish. I know that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Occasional. Pretty good.
Always.
I still want to make that fucking Monster Nerve episode one. But like you need a good kitchen for that.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I want to make something like that, like just straight up like fresh food, fresh American food.
What
Of
do you mean?
course,
Good shit.
Wait, what's fresh American food?
A hamburger, mate.
You want to make a burger from scratch?
I mean, like shit. Like, if I could like get like the type of like meats, like the type of lean meats, fatty meats, grind them together, and then make my own burger out of it, like shit, dog. Like
Well, I can get you some meat.
that's on a whole fucking different level.
All right, Rico. No, but I mean, like now I think about it, what is American food?
That is a good
Hot
question,
dogs,
actually.
hamburgers.
That is a good question.
Wings.
I feel like that's why your dad said no, because it's like, what is American?
Probably.
It's just
Probably.
burgers, fries.
I guess for me it would be more like American mixed in with like a good half of Italian. Because Italian food, oh my god.
So you want like chicken parmesan?
Yes. There we
lasagna?
go.
Oh, I've made a chicken parmesan.
Yeah, I can make that.
Dude, I love me some good carbs, even though I should cut down on them.
No same, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, but also that probably shouldn't be your first attempt, mostly because of oil.
Obviously.
I'd say try to go for lasagna. Like it's pretty simple.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. Is like lasagna, especially like a lasagna like yours. Like shit, I'd eat that up every week if I could.
Probably shouldn't though.
I know I probably shouldn't, but still.
I mean, it's not that hard. You just get some meat, and then because the thing is, the sauce I use like I don't use a pre-made one. Oh, I kind of do, but then I add my own stuff in there.
And like my dad has already made like chili before, and like he has kind of shown me how to do it. So I just kind of need to be shown it like a few more times. Maybe add like a few
Yeah, you should
extra things.
probably just write that down.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I love me a good chili. On God.
Bro, it's been a minute since I had chili.
I had chili, and I was about it, but it might just be like someone just it was just the way that person made it.
My nacho cheese though. How should I? The consistency of it was
Cheesy
questionable. I think I may have used. I think I either overcooked the flour or used too much flour.
for cheese. Wait, what?
Yeah, I made a cheese sauce and I needed to use flour.
Weird.
But like I said, the consistency of it was questionable. It could have been better. I'm not gonna lie, but it was still good cheese in my opinion.
Makes sense.
A wheel of cheese.
Wheel cheese. You know what's something good to make most of the time?
What?
Just straight up orange rice.
Oh, on God, bro. That shit slaps, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Just put it, just boil an egg and then just put some crema on the top.
Mm-hmm.
Shit's delicious. I do know that you do that you Kevin like the white one though,
I'm a big fan of white rice.
which is weird because I'm not
The chunchong rice.
chinchon
Indeed,
rice,
indeed.
which I don't understand because well I don't know, it's just there's barely any flavor in the white
Well,
rice.
well, the thing about white rice is that it's literally your canvas to paint. You can put in anything on that white rice and it's gonna come out good.
I'm
Honestly,
I
the
talking
guess.
white
about.
the white rice is more of a filler than anything else.
Yeah, it's like rice and have you ever noticed that in every there's like every culture there's like a filler thing to like
Yeah,
tortillas, bread, rice.
yeah. It's mostly carbs.
Well, yeah, well
Yeah,
because it fills you up.
of course, which is why I like white rice. My dad cooks it, however, he cooks it in a different way that it's whatchamacalls it. He cooks it in a way that it doesn't end up becoming like sticky. He uses like actual oil on it and like cooks it with like an onion and like some garlic on it. Like it
Hmm.
doesn't go bad for a week.
I understand.
Yeah, because we don't have a rice cooker.
Neither
We
do
have
I.
a rice cooker. We have a rice cooker, but like my mom would just be like, "Ah, fuck it, I'll just make it here."
My dad is kind of like if I can make it without buying any extra shit, I'm fine.
Yeah, it's like yeah,
And I mean, like, yeah, that is what you should do most of the times. If you can make it without buying another whole fucking machine to do it, go ahead.
yeah.
Saves you money. Yeah, like genuinely, one of the first things I want to try making, or at least mastering the art of, is bread.
The bread.
The bread. Man, fuck, I should buy some stuff because I was like the other day, I'm like, I want to try this cookie recipe that I saw,
I've tried cookies before, and again, they came out very questionable.
like from scratch.
Mm, I wouldn't call it scratch. I
Yeah,
would
because
call it. No, it wasn't from scratch. No, I'm.
yeah,
I'm yeah.
I'm like, did you just like get one of those like tubes and just like put that shit on the thing?
No, 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 no. It was like. So you know how like so you know like how there's bags of like cookie mix and
Yeah,
whatnot.
yeah. So it was just like pre-made stuff.
Yeah, it
You just
was
add the
pretty.
wet ingredients.
Yeah,
Like, yeah.
they were good though.
I like how we always end up talking about food.
I mean, there's so much. There's so much to food. There honestly is.
Was there even an intro? Was I here when?
No, there was no intro. By the way, hey guys, this is a leftovers episode. No need for us to be formal or anything like that. So, yeah, it's just me, Rico, and Freddie this time. Unfortunately, Rico just told me that his brother went to church, so fuck me, I guess. But, anyways, I'm gonna be challenging Rico's religious beliefs here, and if I get very based, and by very based I mean very angry, I'm sorry, but who cares? You clicked on it. You know what's coming.
I'm
Yeah,
here to referee.
But anyways, back to food for just real quickly.
So
I
the Lord's meal, like a good
I
fish, good bread,
I
some
I would
wine.
I would be I would be lying if I didn't say that cooking hasn't
the Lord's
interested me
meal.
me in a
Lord.
while. Like cooking has genuinely interested me for a really long time.
Well, I feel like that it interests anyone that likes to eat.
And yeah, it's just that every time I try to make it, it's like I get yelled at by
You
somebody.
never you never seen an anorexic cook like shit though.
I don't know. I just don't want to be told shit if I'm trying to cook and whatnot. Like
Oh yeah,
dog, let me just.
I think I finally finished Mod Center. At least the story mode. Not gonna lie, that video ended up being like 50 minutes.
Cool.
I was like, shit, dog, this shit's long as hell. No homo.
Yeah, well, I'm over here usually editing like an hour, 2 hours worth of podcast. I was actually
Oh no,
talking. I was
Oh
actually
no,
talking about this with
it was an hour. It was an hour and like 30 minutes.
I was actually talking about this with Rico, but like, editing the podcast and whatnot, like it's a lot of work for me. A lot of the times, um, however long we go for like, I don't know, like let's say for example we record for like an hour and 40 or whatnot. That's typically what we do on average, an hour 40. That typically translates to either 2 or 3 times the amount that I have to spend on editing. And I'm not gonna lie, I am a little bit of a slow editor, and I am a little bit of a procrastinator, so that kind of factors into it as well. But
Yeah, because
typically like an hour and 40 minute episode usually ends up becoming like 3 hours 20 for me.
like for me, it's like when I edit, at least for my videos, I just put it like in double speed and I just listen because I can still kind of I understand what I'm saying. I just have a high pitched voice, or I just remember what things to cut out. But that is like shorter stuff, so it's a lot easier.
Yeah, and I mean, like for me, like I also have my own shit that I want to edit, and I mentioned this in one of my videos that I do want to try making like this different video that isn't just gameplay. But like, I don't know if I want to do it, but if I do want to do it, like I would need to put in like significantly more effort than what I'm currently doing on both the podcast and my own channel combined. I'd say 4 times the effort.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was like, me and Rico were talking about like the new Marvel stuff, and I was like, bro, I feel like we should be talking about this on the channel.
Is there any movie that um interested you so far when they announced phase 5 and phase 6?
Probably Secret Wars out of all of them. I'm
Yeah, I gotta
like,
say
oh shit.
Secret Wars.
I'm like, oh shit, we're already going there. Like shit.
Was there another Avengers movie that they announced as well, or is it just
Yeah,
Secret
Yeah,
Wars?
like
Kang
Kang
Dynasty.
the Kang Dynasty. Yeah,
That should
Interesting,
be fun.
interesting.
yeah. I guess Kang's the new villain for now,
The big bad villain.
which is interesting though because does Fantastic Four come out before Kang or after Kang?
It's before, right? Because they already like teased it too much. Just keep it like in the back, you know.
I was about to
Yeah,
say,
but,
doesn't
but
Fantastic Four come out like really soon? Actually,
I don't know. Cause I'm only asking this because like Reed Richards' kid, which they actually did like talk about in the Wanda movie or Doctor Strange movie. He turns into Kang eventually. So I'm like,
Is that gonna
how's
play
that
out?
gonna turn out? Yeah, how's that gonna play out?
They could just scrap that idea, you know. They don't have to necessarily
Yeah,
always follow the comic.
yeah, I know, but it's like most of the time, at least we know that they might just follow the comics. So
I was mentioning about this before we started recording, but the Captain America one, that interests me a lot. Not gonna lie.
man's gonna go in there without, and he's not even gonna watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
I will watch it. I will watch the rest. Don't
Don't worry, it's
I
pretty mid.
I I know I have been slacking
I
off
enjoyed it.
recently, but like there's a good reason why I haven't been watching the rest of the other Marvel films and whatnot. It's because I got logged out of Disney Plus and I forgot the user and password. So if
Just
one of you
ass.
guys gets if one of you I just found out about this like a few weeks ago, and I keep forgetting to ask. So if one of you guys could just slide me a user and password, I 100% would watch the
Yeah,
rest of the movies that I haven't watched yet, and I
yeah,
can
I'll
give you
send it.
my unbiased yet based opinions.
Yeah, we can have a Marvel episode where we just see what Kevin's opinions are.
Yeah. Spoiler alert: I believe Thor 1 was better than Iron Man 1. So take that as you will.
Boo this man, stupid ass.
Wait a minute. I remember talking to you about this earlier before Freddy. It was like a few weeks ago about like how they're gonna put in like this Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies on Netflix.
Yeah,
Not gonna lie, kind of hyped.
yeah, you have to watch those.
Yeah.
Who isn't? Oh, they're part of the canon now. MCU.
I mean they were on Netflix before. They just I guess now with all the hype, they're just putting all of them. Oh yeah, what I'm hyped about is fucking that Spider-Man show.
Oh yeah. Freshman year.
Yeah, because like they're showing like Norman Osborn in an MCU property thing, like fucking actual Osborn and Doc Ock, like an MCU Doc Ock and Osborn, which is interesting.
Bro, that's gotta be good, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks like a lot of people have pretty much said that Phase 4 is probably one of the worst phase so far.
Yeah.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. I barely watched any of the movies on Phase 4.
Yeah, I mean, like,
I think I think you told me once about this, Freddie. You were like, it's because they're releasing everything way too quickly.
yeah, I feel like they're kind of moving a little fast.
It doesn't help as well that there's so many fucking shows to watch with it as well.
Yeah, like the thing, like one big complaint like you can always say about Marvel, and I will always agree, is they kill the villains way too fast.
I agree with that.
Because they're only there most of the time for a single movie, and then that's it. It's like, give us some more, like Gore. Like I know he's dead. I haven't even watched the movie. I just know spoilers. Like I know he's dead, but it's like Gore is a cool character in the comics. Like
Also, Rico, your chair is mad squeaking right now.
I know. If that's the point, I'm trying to piss you off.
Cool, you keep doing it. Keep
Thank
doing it
you.
then.
yeah,
Continue,
no,
Freddie.
but like yeah, like they just kill the characters off way too quickly. To be honest with you, even like Jane when she died, I was like, oh shit, she's already dead.
Already. Not didn't even get serious.
I
And she
didn't watch.
made,
I didn't watch the movie, but she deserved it.
she had
Thanks.
cancer. She had cancer.
Did I stutter?
Oh yeah, eventually, if we have time, you guys want to go watch that. Gotta reschedule it.
Yeah, I'm
The
down.
Thor. You want to
Yeah,
watch the Thor movie before we start the school year?
sure, I guess.
All right, when are we thinking about this?
Yeah, when we thinking.
We could honestly
Well,
probably do it. Actually, do I want to do it this week?
no, I can't do it this week. I'm not gonna be here. This
Oh,
week.
that's right. That's right. I was more or less thinking if I can do it because I just mentioned this before, but I have to edit this episode, the leftovers episode, and I have to edit the last one, which I haven't worked on yet.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be here this week. I'm gonna go to Florida.
We could try next week then.
Yeah,
Yeah, next week.
next week. I'm cool with that.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
By the way, are the Spider-Man movies from Phase 3 on Disney Plus or no?
No, they're not.
No.
Fucking hell.
Hey,
Yeah,
I have a
it's,
website if you want to pirate them off from there.
I'd be glad to watch pirated Spider-Man movies.
I got you, bro.
Anyways, I think we should get into the meat and potatoes of why we have this leftovers episode. Is that I felt like there are some things about religion that I still have unanswered, mostly because I have not questioned. It's unquestioned, and yet I need answers. Anyways, Rico, just so
Yes.
we can start, so we can start off on the base level. Why do you think
Yeah.
God is good? Why do you think God is good?
because he said so. Not.
It's on the first sentence. It said, he's good. So the
Well, the
homie
first
Moses
sentence
said,
says he is good.
yeah, the homie Moses said God is good. So we kind of have to roll with that. Not playing. I mean, he kind of did, but anyway. Personally, I think,
But I mean, like, if you read something like Mein Kampf,
hey,
he
bro,
said,
100%, all for it. Got behind it. Let's go. It's my struggle too. Anyway. Anyway, yeah, I get what you're trying to get at. Well, personally, I think the concept of good and evil, it's, not to get too philosophical and, all that, but it's, pretty bland. For one side, good could really be bad, and then for the other, bad can be good. I feel like when it comes to a
or
question like, or, like, I feel like in order to understand what really is good and what really is bad, I feel like one has to acknowledge all points of views and give them all equal footing, if that makes sense, when it comes to like presenting them on the table. Like, yes, I understand one person may have one bias towards one particular view and another, their view. I feel like if you're gonna get into talks about, something as wide a topic as good and evil, one has to consider all views and try to understand why one person may view it that way. And back to your question on like if God really is good or evil, I feel like there is no solid answer for that question, mostly because the figure of God or a higher power is unimaginable, unfathomable for a human being like ourselves. Like, yes, people be like, "Oh, God is the sunset. God is, the man we see in the church," or for another religions or beliefs, God could really be like a cow or like a statue that they have in like an altar or whatever. So I feel like that's, to answer your first question, all it really matters is how you perceive good and evil. And then from there, how can you apply that view on other views and how you can apply other views to your view. And then from there, you can, grasp, if only a small percentage of if God really is good or evil.
Well, I mean, like, I, I asked you why you think God was
Yeah,
good,
that's my
but
answer. I really
but
don't know. Like, I took a
but
class. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I get what you mean by you obviously need to like look in all different sides and whatnot, and there might be different biases and whatnot. But the thing is that in the end, what you're more or less describing is morality, right? Good and evil.
Not necessarily.
Okay, but okay, scratch that then. Then to me what you're saying is like obviously it depends on like who you're talking with,
Hmm.
but in the end it's always going to be subjective, is it
Yes,
not?
yes, always.
The problem with that is that the church, specifically the Christian church, Catholic church, whatever you want to call it, they say that God is objectively good.
Hmm.
and obviously somebody as me, somebody as you, somebody as Freddy, anyone that's out there who's human can't really. I'll totally agree with you. We can't really comprehend. We can't really fathom the idea that something is objectively good because in the end, it's subjective for us.
Yep. Yeah, I get what you're coming at. In the Catholic, I have no idea. The Catechism, there we go. The Catechism of the Catholic Church, it teaches that it is absolutely evil. Like there is no room, like for evil to be with God, if that makes sense. And understand that for a religion to work or like a belief system work, you have to be like absolute in your views and in your teachings. I feel like if anyone were to, fully, what's the word I'm trying to look at? If anyone were to truly like follow that belief, like the T, to like be completely blind to like any other like points of view, that's when you start getting to misinformation. Like you start to like interpret the actual like what the church wants you to perceive it as. In my church, there's a specific group which I won't get into the name of, and there are what we call fanatics of the faith, where they're head over heels for like God. They're like all they preach is like God is good, God is this, like we can't do this, this and that. Like at my church, I'm an usher, so I sort of have to like get to be closer with the church, understand what I can and cannot do. But I was put aside at one of the main people that were like ahead of like in charge of that group, right? And they're, as my parents told me, one of the fanatics there. Like they're like I said, they're head over heels for God. They haven't been like quote unquote taught or like understand the religion as I do, because as you guys know, we went to a Catholic high school, and not only that, but I took some courses of religion courses in college, and also my own catechism at my own church. So I know a thing or two about like the Catholic, what I can do, what I cannot do. different type of rituals. Like if the Eucharist were to fall, already what's it called? Sacrated. I don't know, but it's all like already holy and whatnot.
Religion.
Right? No,
I was gonna
like
say, are you thinking of sacrilegious or it's a different word?
it's a different word. It's like somewhere around there, but I just did my mind.
Sacrament.
And no, I'll think of it about later.
All
Like
right.
it's with, like the Eucharist or the bread of Christ. I mean, yeah, same thing.
The
Bread of Christ.
sacrament. Those are the sacraments.
Yeah, the sacraments, but like it's a different word. It's just for when it's already holy, like already blessed, but it's like a fancier word for that. Um, in the Catholic teaching, it's taught that
Sacred.
what's sacred, yeah, but like if it
No,
were to fall,
God
religion
damn
thing.
it.
it's just like let
Okay,
me
sorry.
finish. It's fine, don't worry about it. It's taught that if the Eucharist were to fall on the ground, preferably a priest has to be able to, consume the Eucharist immediately, clean the spot where it landed, pray over it, and whatnot. But as a person that do my own research when it comes to stuff like this, because like I said, I'm a I'll say Eucharist usher.
My boy eats the bread.
If the event were to come where I have to clean up the Eucharist and consume it, I too am quote unquote required, or I am allowed under certain circumstances or whatever. I can be the one to clean up the Eucharist, consume it, and do all that jazz I have to do, right? That little ritual, whatever. But this person, like I said, who's a fanatic who knows nothing. Well, I don't want to say they don't know nothing, but like they don't know like the actual teachings behind what I can and cannot do. I feel like that's what separates most people from like you, Kevin. We had the same classes. You know what I know, right? Like we can come to an understanding when it comes to like a basic talk about the Catholic Church or whatever, right? But to
Of course, of
someone
course.
someone like the fanatic I said, I can be like, if they start talking without knowing what they're talking about, I can be like easily call them, oh, that's blasphemy, you're a heretic. Try and get at? Because I
Yeah.
can do it. I can touch the body of Christ after it's been like holified or whatever. I can do that, but the fact that you're saying I can't do that, now that's I'm trying to get at. Now that's a bit blasphemous right there. Even it says in the Bible, when Jesus died at the cross, at the moment he died, the curtain that's inside the temple broke or ripped across, breaking the barrier between man, the regular man, or I guess now humankind, because I can't say man nowadays. Now humankind separating the barrier between God and humankind, so humankind can be one with God instead of like back in the day. It was only priests and high-ranking officials within their church back then that could be close to God. But like I was getting a whole debate with like my dad when I got home about like why can't I do that? But like it's whatever. Next question.
I will say that the fanatics that you typically like talk about, that's one of the really sour things that always gets in my mouth whenever religion comes to mind or whatnot, because
I don't like fanatics.
there's always going to be people out there.
Oh yeah, always, always.
There's always going to be people out there who always are going to be talking like straight out of their ass and whatnot. And again, like this is one of the reasons why I don't like religion, and this applies to literally every single religion out there. There are going to be fanatics who are going to be saying a lot of big talk, but they don't know a thing or two. But the problem with the problem with this is that it's kind of a paradox in and of itself,
Yeah.
because while while you while you may know a lot of things about Catholicism and whatnot, and while you think that your religion is absolute,
Mhm.
other people from other people from other denominations, so like a Baptist, Presbyterian, and Anglican, they think theirs is absolute as well. And so whatever they say, whatever you may think is a fanatic, they may think, oh no, like we're actually talking like our religion and whatnot. We think this is absolute. And I don't know, this, I swear, like Christian denominations to me it's kind of it's just it's kind of like genders these days. There's like way too many there's way too many of them. Like just pick pick one or the other. There doesn't need to be like 7,000 different denominations out there and whatnot. And oh, this shit died. Okay, you get what I mean though, right, Freddie?
It's just yeah, it's like it's just the people who aren't open to like hearing other people's thoughts. I guess you could say
Yeah.
it just kind of gets annoying.
Yeah, it's just like that's one of my big problems with like religion, and this obviously isn't going to be something that anyone can fix, because what I'm essentially saying is, oh, I just don't have a choice because there's too many choices and I don't know which is the correct choice. Obviously not, because Rico and his brother both said and I believe in the previous episode they both said that God appears in us and in different scenarios in different
Yeah,
ways and whatnot. It's just that, again, one of the sour things about religion is just like how much harm religion can bring to us. I get that some people like believe in what they're doing, believe in what they're saying, believe in what they're preaching. Of course, I cannot take that away from them. But when you have somebody who's preaching out there consistently that, for example, let's say God hates, I'm gonna have to censor this, but God hates, for example, or whatnot. It's just like it's just why do people use religion like this to just demoralize, destroy, any other types of words that start with a D and whatnot? They just always wanted to tear things down. And we've seen this throughout history, how much religion has tried to tear things down because they themselves wanted to get power and whatnot. Look at the Crusades, for example.
hey, that was a good honest crusade.
It was a good
That was
honest.
good fun. That was good fun.
It was a good honest crusade, but at its core, it's just a bunch of Catholics who's just like, I don't like these fucking Muslims in Jerusalem. Get them out of here.
But it was fun. Stupid.
I mean, it may have. I mean, the fourth one in particular, it may have been fun, but you see where I'm coming here?
Yeah, yeah.
It's just
You,
that
you don't like the people who basically like, oh yeah, I'm right, you're wrong, fuck off.
yeah, and there's way too many of those out out in the world. Like
Yeah,
we see it every time on the news that somebody is just like, oh, it's because of my religion or whatnot. You're wrong. Fuck off. I'm right.
yeah. But the thing is, like, not everyone's like that. Like, honestly,
Not everyone is like that. I will 100% agree on that. Not everyone is like that, and I know I shouldn't be putting everyone on the same level as that, because for all I could know, this could just be a very massive vocal minority.
yeah. Like,
But even then, it's just so I don't even know what the word. I don't even know what the word. It's disheartening.
yeah, I can understand that. Like, yeah, I can understand. Like, it's just like it's like I want to get into something, but it's like I don't want to. I want to like basically tell everyone like I'm right, you're wrong, fuck off. You like just screw off. Like it's just. I mean, like most people like who are religious, most of the time they respect other people's religion, and like when that shit happens, it's like all right, kumbaya and shit. Like we all good. And the world might get better, but it's like, but like yeah, there is a minority who are just louder than mostly everyone else, and I can see why some people would just be like, I don't want to get into religion if everything's just like arguing who's right and who's wrong.
I mean, in the end, I really shouldn't be complaining about that because I am studying politics, which is essentially the same thing. It's just except on a local level and not on a fucking grand scale of what happens in the afterlife and whatnot.
Yeah.
That is slight paradox, but I've always thought that everyone can coexist with each other. I've always
Kumbaya.
believed that. Doesn't matter what religion you are. Doesn't matter how much I talk shit. Doesn't matter how many hairs I pull out. If you constantly talk about God, or if you constantly talk about how you're a different fucking gender, use different fucking pronouns, like please shut the fuck up. Doesn't matter how many of you guys are out there. I believe we can all coexist.
God bless you,
It's
Kevin.
just that there are so many people out there with different religions, different politics out there who strongly believe that you're the fucking enemy, you're scum of the world, scum of the earth, and will do everything they can to tear you down and to fucking destroy you. Like, if I ever get elected to Congress, you bet your ass I'm gonna use this fucking this scene. What scene? What am I talking about? This
This
you
combo.
yes, I'm gonna refer it back to this. I'm gonna refer it back to this conversation.
You're like, guys, check out the leftovers episode on the podcast.
Yeah, everyone voting. Can you check out my?
Plug the podcast.
Shit, dog. Your brother was talking bad about the Jews. That's gonna be that's gonna backfire on me. But you get what I mean by this, right, Rico?
No, you're
What
just wrong,
happened?
you dumb.
I'm just saying that people have constantly been using religion or power
Mhm.
for so long,
Yeah.
and it's just one of the sour things that always comes and it just always leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Is that how much religion, how much power we give religion, and how much power they take over us.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've, if you've been like paying attention throughout, history, like religion has always been like a big factor when it comes to like making like new countries to explore, conquering other people, even just spreading your own religion, or having like a good reason to like set sail and find new land. Like the what's it called, 3Gs, if you guys remember from like human geography,
Gold,
gold.
God,
Three
and
G,
glory.
Yeah,
the
like,
3 Gs.
geez.
Snoop Dogg, Snoop Dogg, fucking Ice
Nate
Cube,
Dogg.
and fucking Ice Cube and Tupac. Shit, man.
Yes, sir. But like,
The original G's.
like it's always like gold, God, and glory. Like I won't say in that order, but like it's always been God, religion, or whatever you believe in, like wealth, and just personal status. Because it's basically, if you want to get down to like human, like those basic of human attributes, like one always wants, one, like the you always want to think of like the oneself, it's always going to be you at the end of the day. Gotta do what you gotta do, right? Glory, whatever. Of course, you're still gonna have your friends there and all that, but like at the end of the day, you gotta make your own decisions. And then some people
Wait,
like, yeah, go ahead.
I wanna add something as well.
Yeah.
One of the other things about like the 3 Gs, how you're saying you didn't know what order they go in, and again, this goes back to your idea of your talk about the fanatics and whatnot. It's disgusting how there are people out there, fanatics out there,
Mhm.
who who believe more in just they wanting to get the power and whatnot than those who actually believe that they're preaching the right word.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Obviously, that's always been a big
They're
thing.
indistinguishable. They're indistinguishable.
Oh yeah. Like nowadays, I know some people that are generally like aren't fanatics per se, but like they're educated in the faith, and they themselves go out to like around the world, and they preach the word, but they do it like with a good sense. They're not with that fanatic mindset. They're like, all right, I'm here, I have a mission. They're doing it like on their own will. Unlike a fanatic, they'll just go straight there, and be like, hey, you gotta do this, this, and that, right? Like they force it upon the people. I feel like if you're going to introduce a religion or something like that, or a new idea, doesn't matter if it has to be religious or economic or whatever. I don't want to say you want to ease the people into it, because at the end of the day, it should be the choice of the people, the person you're talking to. You know, like it should be like a civilized conversation.
It should always be a civilized conversation.
Always,
Maybe add a little bit of a trolling, a little bit of shit talking.
always.
But for the most part, it should always be a civil conversation. Unfortunately, there are some people out there who just can't. And I know some people are going to be like, well, you're pretty hypocritical considering what you just said about genders. I don't give a shit. At me. Don't at me.
don't at me. Please don't cancel me, please. It's all jokes, guys. I swear. The camera's
My
right
point,
there.
my point, however, is just that, like even before and even now, people have always been using religion just to fucking silence people. I guess silence is not really the right word to say. It's just more.
Put down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, it's just religion is one of those iffy topics where you just gotta be like, I won't say you gotta be careful on what you say. It's just more like you have to know what you're talking about, if that makes sense. Because like it's like me going into like shit, I don't know, like let's say a Chinese class, right? I have no idea what the fuck Chinese is. I know like one word. Then like it's just me like trying to teach the class, right? Like that's not gonna work out. Like put me in like
You can't.
I don't
Yeah, you
know.
can't say ching. You can't say ching chong 17 times and expect people to understand
Yeah,
what you're saying.
like that's what I'm trying to get at. Like at the end of the day, religion is just one of those things where if you yourself know you don't know a lot about it, like let that be known. That like there's no shame in saying like, hey, this is how much I know. I really don't know. Like at the end of the day, what I'm trying to get at is like, be open to like growth. Be open to knowing that you don't know everything when it comes to like religion or just anything in particular. Like
Of of course. And I was actually gonna follow up with this question. I was actually gonna follow up with this question, asking you
Mhm.
if you can do me a favor and just get and debrief me down,
Of
right?
course.
Not debrief, but brief me down on what the heresy of predestination is.
Heresy of predestination. Hold on, let me do a quick little Google search. Oh, it's been a minute since Deacon's class.
Yeah, because the thing is like I was thinking about this, and I was like, wait a minute, is there? And I was like, wait a minute, this is technically the heresy of predestination is, but it just makes sense. It makes sense. How is this a heresy? But again, that's why I'm asking you, so I don't just go around spewing shit to other people, being like, this is absolute and whatnot.
Yeah, of
Because
course.
whatever I say isn't absolute either. It can change.
Oh yeah, definitely. All right, so quick little googly search says the
Googly sheet. What the
heresy
fuck?
of predestination. Predestination in Christian theology is a doctrine that all events have been willed by God, usually with reference to the eventful fate of the individual soul. Explanations of predestination often seek to address the paradox of free will, whereby God's omniscience, omni whatever, seems incompatible with human free will. All right, so from what I get is that basically everything that will be, everything that is, everything that eventually like go down to, it's already been predetermined. Like basically, I'm holding my phone right now, basically
Yeah.
saying that it was already predetermined that I was already gonna hold my phone, thus leading to like my next action, which let's say I'm now holding my Switch, right? It was already predetermined I would already hold my phone and my Switch at the same time, right?
Oh, I was gonna say is like God is already knows that within the next few hours you're gonna go on your phone, you're gonna jerk off to some porn.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, I
probably.
guess we can use that.
But and then like I said here, what Googly says here that it's like with the paradox of free will. If God already knows everything what we're gonna do, then what's the point of free will? All right. So what I would say with this one is that this is too nitpicky. The way I like to say free will, like just like a quick little video game example. If you guys play like those Telltale games, like the Walking Dead one, where you have like
Yeah,
different options. I feel like that's how free will works. We have
yeah.
we have all the
I played
options in
Minecraft
front of
story mode.
yeah. Like we have all the options in front of us. It's just what we choose. Now God, like here in this example, let's say, like he knows every option. He knows we chose one. Like let's say instead of holding my phone, I decided to pick up the notepads I have here. And let's say instead of the switch, I pick up a flashlight, right? That's another let's say route I could go down, right? I feel like that's how free will works. Like I have all the choices in front of me. It's just a matter of how I want to continue with my story, if that makes sense. Like, yeah,
Well,
God. No, oh, sorry. Go ahead.
sorry. No, you go ahead.
All right. So, like I was saying, like, I have all the choices in front of me. It's just how I want to continue. How I want to continue my story. From there, I feel like, pretty sure that's it. It says here, like,
Well, well, sorry.
oh
The
no,
thing with that is the thing with that is like obviously like you're given like many different options and whatnot.
yeah,
And I'm not saying I have to say this.
hmm
I have to say this. But God obviously is not controlling what you're doing.
obviously,
It's free will and whatnot. But the thing is no matter where you go,
Hmm?
no matter what route you take down, I'm going to use an Undertale example for for this. No matter if you go pacifist or if you choose a genocide route or whatnot, God will always know where the fuck you end up going at. He always knows what route you're always going to take upon. So that's literally what omniscience means. He knows everything.
Hmm.
He knows every single move that you're going to do across time and space. Maybe if it's across the multiverse as well, that's absolutely terrifying, and
I think that's a
would shit my
different
point.
topic. Yeah,
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
I said, the heresy itself says that all events have been willed by God, meaning that you have no control over those events. I think that's another point I should have emphasized first.
Okay, fair enough. Because you get, I now I guess I can kind of understand that heresy because like I said before, I have to say this: God is not controlling you,
Yes.
but He just knows where you're going
Pretty much,
at
yeah.
all fucking times.
Mhm.
You can't let him know your next move, dog.
But I mean, like, in the end, that's still kind of predestination.
I mean, not necessarily,
Because
because predestination, well, the heresy behind it is that everything was willed by God itself. And nobody cares.
Bro,
but
God,
but
here,
but
here, Kevin. If you want to, here, Kevin. I mean, God's just playing multiple save files.
it's
He got
not
the good. He
even
got the good end. He got the good ending and the bad.
it's not even just multiple save files. I'm just saying if let's say for example Elon Musk was born in, I don't even fucking know when was he actually born?
In Africa.
Not where, when.
Chimichan
Yeah, in
Beijing
Africa.
Konnichiwa.
If Elon once Elon Musk was born on fucking June 28th, 1971, and no, I did not dox him. This is public info. Look it up.
Bro, no one thought that.
God
No one thought that.
God knew that he already was going to be the guy who made Tesla.
Yeah.
God already knew that. God is not making this man into Tesla. He's just saying God already knows that he's gonna be the guy who makes Tesla.
Well, if he went down that route,
When
if that makes sense.
when
No, like when it comes to stuff like this, it's always a if.
but the thing
What
is
What if? What
every
if he's in real life? Let's go.
what if season 2? But I'm not talking about the multiverse and
This isn't the
whatnot, or at least
multiverse,
not
mate.
or at least not today. And I'm not talking about different timelines. I'm talking about the timeline we're living in right now. God always knew that Elon was going to create the Tesla.
Okay, yeah, sure. Continue.
And so when Elon dies, and
Huh?
when he's going to go to heaven or hell, I
Yeah.
like to think that Elon would end up in limbo. Even though I know limbo doesn't exist for Catholicism, we're just going to use this for an example.
I mean, we have purgatory.
Yeah, but purgatory is different from limbo.
It's kind of the same thing if no one prays for you.
Not real. Isn't
We
purgatory
get kind
isn't purgatory you are just gonna end up in heaven? It's just that you gotta like study up or whatnot. You gotta be cleansed.
You gotta get the check marks.
From
You
my
gotta get
understanding, I
cleansed.
could be wrong. Like, if you end up in purgatory, you have quote unquote a what's the word that they use? Like, you have a quota to meet. Like, not you necessarily, but let's say you have like a quota of 10,000 prayers, right? Those prayers can either come from the lady, which is the people, or like your family members. And every time people like enter church, there's a part where they're like, "Oh, let us pray for the deceased who are in purgatory," or like they don't say like straight up like that, but they just say, "Let us pray for like the deceased" or stuff like that. And that's like your cue to pray for the people that are in purgatory. Each time a person prays for the people in purgatory, you get like 1 point of your quota off. You reach 0, and then from there, from my understanding, I could be wrong. You're now allowed to enter heaven. If that makes sense. And if you don't meet that quota, quote unquote, like you just stay in purgatory.
Yeah, what I say. Is there a
Of
time
course,
limit
I
and
could
shit?
just like something that I don't know. It's
I,
weird.
I thought Deacon J was Mr. Sir Deacon Judge, Sir DJ. He was the one who was like like if you're in purgatory, you are guaranteed to go to heaven. It's just that you gotta be cleansed first. I don't
That's
remember
basically
how, but he just said you just gotta be cleansed first.
You gotta
Obviously,
yeah.
cleanse.
That's the point of prayers.
yeah. I was about to say obviously that your prayer thing technically that is still cleansing, but
Eh,
in
don't say
limbo,
that. It's blasphemous.
in limbo, you're just not going to heaven or hell.
Yeah, you're just there. Yeah.
They're just there for all of eternity, which is where I also assume is where Michael Jackson is. But my point is that let's say, for example, Elon Musk ends up in limbo. God already
Yeah.
knew he's gonna end up in limbo.
Fuck, if Michael Jackson's
Right.
in limbo, I want to be in limbo. Shit. At least I'm not 5.
Oh, shit.
Hey! Don't worry. Michael Jackson was he. There's no way he's Catholic, right? There's no way he was a Catholic.
You could probably check.
Googly search it.
Google
Mm,
shut the
But
fuck up.
if you're Catholic, you don't believe in limbo, so you don't have anything to
You're
worry about.
fine. You're fine.
God asked Michael Jackson for a show for eternity.
But do you see where I'm going? You see where I'm coming from, Rico? You see where I'm going at?
Yes, I do.
That's still, I guess, by my definition, predestination.
Oh, it
Obviously,
says here on Googly that Michael Jackson connected to something else. His religion, raised as a Jehovah's Witness.
Yeah, Jehovah's Witness.
there's a
thank
Jehovah's
God.
Witness. No
Oh,
wonder.
thank
No
God.
wonder
Oh,
he ended
thank
up how he
God.
was. He was a walking red flag.
Oh, thank God. Thank God.
I don't want him
Anyway.
in my religion, stupid.
To any Jehovah's Witnesses out there who are listening to the podcast.
Oh, did you
First
know?
of all, how the fuck did you find this podcast? And second of all, hey,
Hey man,
Did
you Jehovah's Witness might be really chill and all, but like I don't want to hear it at like 12 in the afternoon, or in the morning. I mean, like you guys
Knock,
are
knock, knock.
probably really chill and like like shit, but like I just don't want to hear it, dog.
rather have a Mormon friend than a Jehovah's Witness friend.
I can get behind that.
Anyways, you were gonna say something earlier, Rico?
Yeah, if you go to the Jehovah's Witness website, you can sign up like people's address so they can be visited by Jehovah's Witness. If you want, we can set up you know who on that.
I hope you're referring to the you know who and not me, but
No. Our you know who. You know like very
oh yeah
yeah.
Yeah,
Shoot, that's gotta be funny, bro. That's gotta be funny. Come on, let's do it, please.
sure.
We'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it later.
Bet.
Just for giggles, stupid ass.
Just for kicks, you know.
But yeah, my point is that in this timeline, God knew Elon was going to be born on June 28th, 1971. God knew Elon Musk was going to create the Tesla. God knew Elon Musk was going to limbo. That is still predestination. God already knew this was going to happen.
Yeah, I always did question if like God's so good and shit, like why do you even make that tree? Like if
I think it was like a prerequisite.
A prerequisite for him to be good? Make a
God?
tree that
No.
has evil?
Who put the prerequisite on God? Who's above God?
I don't know, fucking universe.
Kanye?
Daughter.
Kanye?
Yeah, Kanye East, West, North, and South.
East and West.
God squared. God squared.
I want to see the multiverse of Kanye's.
We got
No.
Kanye West, we got Kanye East, Kanye South, Kanye North.
Conway.
Conway? Fuck! Conway West.
Conway West.
We have Ye West.
Man, I feel bad for...
We also have Kanye Northeast, Kanye Northwest.
You know, speaking of Kanye, have y'all ever seen that clip of like Kim Kardashian like with her son or something? Like her son like found her fucking porno on Roblox or
For
some
tape?
shit?
Yeah, I saw that clip, bro. That was kind of funny. I ain't gonna lie.
I think she called up Roblox to get rid of it.
That was funny, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
No, one time someone could actually probably get that shit off.
They buy Roblox.
Anyways, back to the conversation at hand. Do you see where I'm going at? I mean,
yeah, but at the end of the day, like I said, it's will to mate. Like God has to be the one actually making you do the events.
But remove that part. Remove that part.
In
Remove
that
the
case, you don't
God
have
will.
Catholic. In that case, you don't have what's it called? You don't have the heresy. Then you're just talking. You know, that's no longer like the Catholic view of what you're trying to get at, and or that's no longer the heresy in question. Then if you
All
don't
right.
leave in the will part, your whole argument, like just crumbles because you need the will part. And if you're using like the Catholic God to make this argument, you need free will to be in the equation to make it work to begin with. Now, if we take
Let me.
out the will part and we take out free will, then yes, that would be the heresy, quote unquote,
Let me ask you this.
essential parts. Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Why should God be justified in fucking sending us to hell or heaven when some of us just want to live our lives with the free will we've been given?
Oh, okay. Well, personally, for me, this is just my personal view, not my like Catholic view or whatever. I feel God calls us to live a good and happy and a fruitful life. Yes, understand for most people that's really a challenge because their situation at home or they didn't have the best life and this world or whatever. I believe that we should still make the most of everything we have. Like, let's go for an example. We have Tibetan monks. Like, they quite literally have nothing but the robes on their back. Like one bowl of rice a day. They fast for like quite literally most of the year, and and they're still happy. They're living their life when they have quite literally nothing. And I feel like people like that. I mean, I don't want to call them fanatics, quote unquote, but like they got into that lifestyle. They were called by something, or they felt like they had to do that.
What was
And
that word? What was that word that big word that Daniel used the other day that I didn't know and had to search it up? Promiscuous?
may
Is that the one?
for me, I have no idea. I have a horrible memory.
Don't look at
It
me.
could be. I was looking at your profile, like the picture.
Don't look at me.
You're looking at
What
my
you trying to say,
profile?
Kevin?
No, you're looking at mine.
No, I was looking
Oh.
at Freddy's. I was like, is Freddy gonna say something? But what were you
Oh,
saying, Kevin?
all I was saying is like you're over here saying they live that kind of lifestyle. It's the same thing as how Daniel says. Some people want they choose to live the promiscuous lifestyle.
I mean, yeah, like I wouldn't judge you for living a certain lifestyle. If you want to go all hippie, go for it. If you want to be like I don't know, whatever, go for it. I feel like at the end of the day, like I said, like previously, and like how I say you guys when I talk to you guys, like if you can, respect my beliefs and I can respect yours, I don't see why we can just get along. Like I have atheist friends, I got friends that are like Buddhists, I got friends that are like quite literally like anything and everything, right? You know, we may joke around about our own religions, like we poke fun at one another, but like at the end of the day, it's whatever.
Y'all mostly poke fun at me.
I mean, yeah, but like it's kind of a given. Back
Given
to
that
like,
I'm the only atheist in the friend group.
I'm just in the middle.
hey, that's respectable too. Like, I'm not gonna judge you. Like, I'm human at the end of the day. Hey, you live
But
your life. I don't care.
what I was trying to get at earlier is that
Hmm.
some people do want to live their life in the fullest. However,
Yeah,
living life to the fullest is different for everyone else. For
of
you,
course.
it's
Yeah,
obviously living like a moral lifestyle, getting trying to get closer to God and whatnot. Whereas
I mean, I
others,
want to say that.
whereas with others, it's literally get bread, get bitches, fuck money or whatnot. You get the idea.
Fuck money.
Yeah, yeah, I understand.
Fuck
So,
money.
Hey,
but like, just because what you do in, let's say, on average, ages of 70 years, just because of
mhm.
what you did, just because what you did during that, is it really justified that you could either go to eternal suffering?
I don't think so. If you ask me, I feel like what at the final judgment, I believe like everyone. I don't want to say there's a God at the end because I don't know. You don't know. Freddy definitely doesn't know.
Yeah.
I feel like the final, like Freddy's like, I am God anyway. I feel like the final
Shit, I've
judgment at
been
the
shit
end of
talking
the
God this
day.
entire time. If it's Freddy, fuck.
Oh, Freddy, if you are God, I'm sorry.
No, you good.
Let's go. And anyway,
It's
like I
all
was
about being
saying,
bros. It's all about being bros.
Freddy, if you still are God,
What do you
fuck
mean
you.
still? What do you mean still am?
Evan,
Did I
that's
lose my
wrong, bro.
power?
It's been 5 years, mate.
Look, if you are God, or if you still are God, or whatever, if you're
That's
a
a
God at one
blasphemy.
point, if
I
you're a
found it's
God at one
offensive.
point in time, or if whatever, if at any point in time you're a God, fuck you.
What'd I do?
I don't know. You're just
What
God.
didn't you do? Anyway,
Because the coronavirus.
No, I didn't. The bats did.
hey, we don't know that. Conspiracy theories.
The Asians, damn joke.
Eric did it.
Eric did.
Eric, if you're listening to this episode of Leftovers, first of all, hey, AG, what's good? And second of all, you want to join the show?
I thought I was
But
gonna.
Wait, before we continue, do you also support Chick-fil-A?
Yes.
do I support Chick-fil-A?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Just yes or no.
Are you gonna support goes a long
Yes or
way.
no.
It's just
Yes
tell
or no. Just yes or
you're
no.
good.
Would you buy
What do
their
you?
food? Would you buy their food?
Would I buy their food? Yes.
Rico. All right, then you heard it here first, folks. We hate homos now.
That's what I was saying. You have to define what you mean by support.
God damn it, Kevin! I was trying to make a fucking joke. Why are you gonna be so lame?
Bro, Kevin, this is why you're the mom of the group, bro. You let us have no fun.
Before you know,
heard it here, folks. Heard it here first, folks.
You heard it here first, folks. This entire podcast is just me yelling at myself. Fucking forgetting to take my meds again.
Kevin, let's go, bro. It's been 5 years. We forgive you already.
Man, we're gonna pull up if this man ever gets married, like his wife is gonna be, what the fuck are they talking about?
It's just Kevin on the podcast by himself.
I forgot what was my train of thought. I'm too busy looking at this fucking website of Elon Musk. I just gotta move it.
The website.
Hey, can we still buy a flamethrower or no?
Think so.
What do you mean?
Don't you remember Elon was selling flamethrowers?
The fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, you're the one that gets on the internet most. I thought you would know.
I mean, not gonna lie, I follow Elon Musk on Twitter, but I just kind of breeze past his tweets unless it's a funny one.
Anyway, you get any more philosophical questions, Kevin? I'll do my best to answer it.
Do you think God is selfish?
Yes.
Wow.
Next one.
Okay. Okay. I didn't think you were gonna say a yes like that.
I mean, let's face it. Like I said, this is my personal opinion. No Catholic teaching, whatever.
That you would say no.
I mean, like, let's
No
face it.
Catholic.
If we were modeled like back to like the creation stories and whatnot, like we all know that's, I don't want to say fake, but it's a story at the end of the day. Like we were taught that in our classes. That's just a creation story. If we were to take those creation stories too hard, like straight up, if we were molded after God, quote unquote, created in His image, I would assume, or one would assume, that we would take on personalities, like traits of that God, you know, that of God or whatever you believe, right? I'm using the Catholic God for an example right now. I believe that, you know, all the stories that we've been introduced by him, everything up to this point, you know, he's, you know, to be blunt, like he does selfish things. Like we are like supposed to worship him. We can't worship other gods. Like we have to do this, and that to like quote unquote be on his good side, be like the good children of God that we are, you know, be his chosen people. Like now if we take that and, you know, put it on ourselves, be like, you know, as humans we are selfish creatures, you know. We want to be loved. We want to be like in the sense of a community. We want others to be, you know, be with us. And, you know, like we yearn for that relationship. We yearn for that connection with one another. And I feel, like I said, if we were created in an image of a god or a god or whatever, I feel like not only in physical appearance would we take after that God, but we would also get attributes or traits of that God. And just like as humans, we're selfish, we're mean towards one another. We can still love one another. We understand one another. We can show compassion towards one another. And if that's my view. No Catholic teachings, no nothing. Yes, God, in a sense, is selfish.
Yeah, because
God,
Makes sense.
to also just say to kind of go on what Rico's saying. Wasn't it stated that we were made in God's image or something like that?
yeah.
So
Well, many times.
So you know,
If you use that logic, one would assume we would take attributes from that God,
yeah,
if that makes sense. That's just me saying what I believe, not like my Catholic side talking. Like my Catholic side would be like, well, God is good. Yes, if He's our God, we are supposed to worship Him. Like we are supposed to do these things. But that's the Catholic side. This is just straight up podcast, what I believe. But I
Let, let,
wouldn't assume. Of
let me ask you this as well.
course.
Is God the creator of everything?
Well, like I said before, there are many, many religions, and each religion outdates one another by hundreds,
Is
thousands
your
of years.
God is your God the one that you believe in? Is he the creator of everything?
Yes. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's
And
what
when
I
I mean
believe.
everything, I mean everything.
Yes. Yes.
So
That's what I believe.
by logic,
Uh huh.
by logic, he also is the one who created the devil. Is he not?
Yeah. Yeah. Kind of.
yeah,
Yeah. That's how the story goes.
yeah. That's how the story goes.
It literally says in
Okay.
the Bible, mate.
Okay.
Read, stupid.
So God, who is
Huh?
supposedly the creator of everything, who's supposed to be this
Yeah.
objective good, is also the creator of what is assumed to be the greatest evil known to mankind.
Drugs.
And he
Sorry.
brought it down onto humanity.
Well, that depends, mate. What's the greatest evil you're talking about?
I'm talking about the devil. I'm talking about Satan.
Well, you see, the story goes, I could be wrong, but the story goes, from my understanding, there was a rebellion in heaven, which Lucifer, the devil, quote unquote, led an army of angels against God. They wanted to be God. And in doing so, they failed in their coup d'etat of heaven, so God banished them down to hell, thus becoming fallen angels, and then, fallen angels. Well, yeah, they became fallen angels, and then in turn became demons. There's another story where angels wanted to have sex with humans, and God said no, and then they became fallen angels. I don't know. That's like Judaism. I don't know.
Horny Joe.
So so why didn't
God just made
why
horny Joe?
so why didn't God
Bonk.
why didn't God and all of his omnipotence, there you go. Why didn't God and all of his omnipotence just deleted them?
Because He
Why
showed
did he keep
mercy.
them?
He
He showed
showed,
mercy
yeah.
to
We
the
all supposed
fucking
to.
greatest evil known to man.
I won't say no to man, but sure.
Mind,
If you
mind,
want to go
mind
that
you,
far.
mind you, don't. Isn't it also said that during the final judgment, like, isn't Jesus supposed to like beat the shit out of the devil or something?
From my understanding, yeah.
So what's the
Again,
point of showing mercy?
so you could double
Like
tap them
someone has to be
again. I
the
mean,
bad
why did we nuke on Japan twice? Just gotta show them who's the boss.
guy. Show him who's boss. You gotta show him who's boss.
He's waiting for round 2. He's
Oh
getting
my
the devil
God.
prep time.
God knew he was
Look,
gonna repeat. That's why he sent me his
Guys, please
son.
don't cancel us. We're just having fun here.
look,
That's why he
look.
sent me his son.
I'm just over here saying. I'm just over here saying that if what the Catholic teaching is that God is the
Oh.
creator of everything, right?
Uh.
then by logic, he's
Okay.
created everything evil that is in here in this world.
Okay, now that's
Mhm.
blasphemy right there. That's a heresy.
Well, my terms, stupid ass.
Oh, big book words. Alright. If I remember correctly from my notes that I took in religion class, this was like a semester
And then
ago.
pulls them out.
I'm too lazy for that.
I thought you were
You
talking
could
about
just
like the
you
one
could
from
just
like
correct me in
high
the
school,
comments.
if
I
anyone
think I
cares
still
that
have
much.
it. And I'll ask my brother once he gets McGill's class.
It's just his brother in the comments.
I mean, it's at this point in time. I'm not even saying that God's. I'm not even saying about like the devil and shit like that. I'm talking about like all the bad things that happen in life.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to get at. Like, there's different types of evils. That's what I'm trying. No, oh yeah. It was in my philosophy class too. All right, we have natural evil. Then we have. There's like 5 different types of evils. There's natural evil. Hold on, let me Google search it.
And then Evil Knievel.
Yeah, that one too.
What the fuck?
It's Dave Chappelle.
Oh, you said Dave Chappelle's name. We're gonna get canceled now.
Oh,
I
great.
love it. Dude.
I love that man, by the way.
If you support Dave Chappelle, please leave a like on this podcast.
All right. In theodicy, according to Lebenz, there are 3 forms of evil in this world. There's moral, physical, and metaphysical. Moral evil is from like that we choose from, you know? Like,
The
all right, we
metaphysical is the
understand.
meta.
Yeah, it's kind of mid to a degree. And then like, well, you're trying to get at everything that's evil, like let's say, like a tsunami, natural disasters, all that type of stuff. That's like physical slash the natural evil that occurs in our world naturally. Moral evils, what we do, we humans, it can be influence our own will or whatever, right? And metaphysical, yeah, I don't remember that one. So like, go back.
I guess by my logic, I would not be able to say that God is responsible for moral evil because I just said previously in the episode that I have to take into account God did create free will.
Yes.
However, I'm also still criticizing him for the fact that whatever we do with our free will, he's still going to take into account and either send us to eternal gratitude and whatnot or eternal suffering. I'm still
Yo, can we
criticizing him
send
for
this
that.
podcast to the Pope? Just saying. Can we do that? It'll be funny. Wait, no, let's
Pope.
not do that. I don't want to get excommunicated.
I'll send it to Papa Frank. Don't worry.
Send it to. Oh, you might want to bleep that out.
I do have
Fucking hell.
I do have like one.
Wait, they don't know which one. They don't know which one. Just like hundreds of them.
Send it to the head.
You know, I always did wonder this at least. What happens after like the Earth explodes? Because it'll eventually explode. Does God just like take all the dead people and like just like move them to a new planet?
Okay, then this is other. That's just conspiracy theory stuff now.
I was gonna say.
Go
I was
ahead,
gonna
Kevin.
say. I was gonna say. I would assume that by the time the Earth blows up, humanity would have been gone thousands of years.
So do we just follow or do we just stay back?
What?
So do we follow or do we just stay back?
What are you talking about? I'm confused.
If humans in the fucking humans in the future, they're like, oh yeah, we gotta leave, we gotta dip. This place is shit now. It's like God just like, all right, we're following your descendants, I guess. We gotta we gotta keep watching this shit.
Because wait, you're saying that like.
Well, let's say Freddie, what you're trying to say here is that let's say that for whatever reasons we can no longer live on Earth and instead we live on Mars. Is God going to follow us to Mars?
Yeah,
he has to.
He's everywhere, and that's kind of his things, mate.
Or they're like the people who die on Mars, like, do they just get sent back to Earth and they're like, where the fuck? We've never been here.
I don't think that's how it works.
I don't think that's how it works.
Freddie, you're just confusing yourself more. Just stop, mate.
I'm not.
If Neil Armstrong died on the moon, he wouldn't go to Earth right away. He would go to either heaven or hell, or limbo, as we talked about earlier.
Purgatory.
No, because I always thought about that. I always thought about that mostly because of the MCU. Because I'm like, wait a minute. I was like,
mate, don't. That's a horrible comparison. But like, that's
mate,
all I'm gonna say.
There's a giant patch of grass right outside my building that needs some touching, so you might need to go there.
Yeah.
Oh, Kevin,
I'm
you
just-
want
I'm
to
just-
talk? Shut up.
I'm just fucking with
Dog,
you.
I left outside. All right, I actually
Did
left
you
outside
touch
today.
Did you touch the grass?
You're damn right. I touched the grass because it looks like it needs cutting.
Did
I
you
like to
did you like do
instigate.
like I don't know? Did you like I don't know like actually touch it? Like dive into it? Like lay on it?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't
Wait,
dive
what?
onto it. Why would I do that?
I don't know. You don't go out that much.
As you see, guys, I like to just say random shit, and then they start fighting. Kind of funny.
You see, Kevin, I want to let that slide. You know, personally, me.
Personally, I would've
Personally, I
taken-
want to let that slide.
You know, the great Kanye once.
Oh, Abraham
Kanye
Lincoln
once
once
said
said, "I
ye.
had a dream." Wait,
God damn it. Said, wait. Hold up.
And what was that dream, Rico?
I don't know. You know, Gandhi once said, "These hoes ain't loyal." Maybe,
Oh
Maybe.
Lord.
He possibly said that.
possibly. You know, we never know.
We don't have a yes or no. We don't have any. He
But-
could have said the N word. Like shit. Dog. Who knows? Maybe Gandhi was a rebel in his youth.
Maybe he joined the KKK. I don't know. The Cool Kids Club.
What?
We have gone so off track.
So
Well,
anyway,
this is
aliens.
I guess this is the beauty of leftovers.
Oh, leftovers. How I love you. Aliens. I'm telling you guys, aliens exist.
So wait,
Yeah.
if there are aliens out there,
Uh huh.
would you say that's God's doing as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did God make aliens?
Yeah, if God created everything, then He must have created aliens.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of the logic behind it. You know, there's this conspiracy theory. If you guys want to search it up, just search up like Valiant Thor. It's this alien that came down like to Earth after like World War II or some shit, right? And the alien was like, "Yo, y'all guys gotta stop using nuclear weapons and shit, cause like that shit just like kills your planet, and like we don't want that shit." Talking about like other aliens, and like they asked him like, "Hey, what do we call you?" And that motherfucker said like, "Oh, call me Valiant Thor." I'm like, "What the fuck?" And like he was preaching like the word of God, like straight up the Catholic God. He was preaching him like, "Oh yeah, we know." He said, "We know about Jesus, we know about God, we know everything." I'm like, "What the fuck?" Like, hey, that's one of the conspiracy theories out there. Like, there's like a God fearing. But then again, in the Bible, it says, I forgot which book, but it says in the Bible that God has many different herds, quote unquote, us, the people, or other beings, other herds of sheep that He needs to like tend to. Like, not that that leaves us, because you know He's God, He's everywhere and anywhere, right? Like, there's a
Valiant
theory.
Thor is an American southern rock heavy metal band from Greenville, North Carolina.
I'll search up those conspiracy theories, mate.
Valiant Thor is the overarching antagonist of American Horror Story franchise. So what is going on in your background?
Oh, my parents are watching a movie, and I'm like in my dad's office, and you know his office is right behind the big ass movie we have.
That's blasting.
Oh yeah, did I
Oh,
mention
God.
I have a surround sound system?
Of course you do.
Yeah, that's probably why.
And anyways, it's just that I wish I could come up with any other questions about God, but it seems that you have answered most of them, or at least most of the based ones I can think of. Anyways, I still believe that God created almost every evil there is in the world. I can't technically say moral evil because I do have to acknowledge about free will.
Mm-hmm.
But I've already made my criticism about God and free will. I just want to. Some people just want to live the promiscuous life. Let them be. Don't send them to hell.
Yo, holy shit. Yo, I just opened a bag of fruit snacks, right?
Yeah.
The entire bag is red.
What?
Let me end you off with this one question, Rico.
Of course.
Yo, this is a gotcha. I swear to God.
What
the
is
fuck?
God's role in the multiverse?
In the multiverse?
Yes.
Oh, we're talking about the big picture of the multiverse, so one can only, you know, say. Because if
Would you assume that God is the creator of our universe, or is he the creator of many
we're talking about-
different universes and that and whatnot?
Is there only one God or is there multiple gods? Also check general.
Yeah, I see.
I mean guess.
Nice.
W.
Yeah, where
Anyway.
where would you say God lands in that?
if we're talking about the Catholic God, my God, I believe that yes, he is. If we're talking about like the multiverse, he is the creator of every single infinite possibility of realities that are out there. Because, like we said, God isn't just like bound to one place. He's everywhere and anywhere. So if there was a multiverse and if it only was one God, then yes, he's everywhere and anywhere. Like he's there.
That is very based,
Thank you
and
very
I
much.
think we should leave it off at that because we have been recording for about an hour and 40 and whatnot. So I think this is a good place to leave off. Is there anything you guys want to say?
If anyone wants to date Kevin, just text the snap, not the snap. What's it
Oh yeah,
called?
can you
The
take
Instagram.
God's power away?
I don't think so.
No, just think about this. 'Cause I remember this. It was like there's a way to prove if God is. There's a way to prove that God can't be all powerful. I think. Yeah, all powerful.
Yeah.
Or you can make him, or you can depower him. I guess it's either you go to God and you're like, hey yo, make a rock that you can't lift, and then like it's either if he can't lift it, if
You're
he can't
talking
lift it,
about
he's
that. Yeah. The paradox.
yeah. If he can't lift it, then he's not all powerful. But if
Yeah.
but if he can lift it, that means he can't make a rock that he can't lift.
This is a it's quite a hypothetical you have there.
Just show up to the pearly gates and be like,
You
hey,
know
man.
what? That's the paradox. There we go. Freddy just proved God doesn't exist. Let's fucking go, Freddy. You proved my point this entire time. Let's go. Freddy the atheist.
I think that worked.
Freddy just solved fucking religious wars and shit like that. Give this man a Guinness World Record. Let's fucking go.
Give this man Nobel Peace Prize.
I think it's the opposite of the piece.
Are you kidding me? You just solved world peace. That means we can crusade on whoever we want now.
Nah, but for real.
Anyways, if you guys like the podcast,
Why did you put the Heaven's Gate cult?
Yes. Oh, here you go. Valiant
likes.
Story. That's where I found it.
leave
Oh,
likes,
that's where you found
comments, subscribes, and whatnot. We're on Spotify. We're obviously on YouTube. We're on
Oh yeah,
Apple.
Heaven's Gate has a website. Be careful about
Oh
that.
God, I would not click on that.
Be
We're on
careful
about every single possible imaginable platform out there. So, share it with your friends and whatnot. Share it with your family like Rico did. Everyone in his family knows we make the podcast. This has been an episode of Leftovers. Depending on what kind of topic we talk about next time, it's most likely not going to have a Leftovers episode. But if it's one as interesting as the one we had last episode, then you're damn right we're going to have a Leftovers episode about it. Anyways, that's been it. See you guys in a week. Take care.
Thanks for
everybody.
joining us. We appreciate the support.
Hey God, can I get a free pass?